everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video. And today I would like to share some of my thoughts on the very popular gacha game Fate Grand Order and why I wish it was on consoles. So for those who don't know, Fate Grand Order initially released in Japan in 2015. Wow, it's going to celebrate its 10-year anniversary next year. I remember the 9-year anniversary this past summer because that was when they unveiled the release date of the iconic visual novel Fate Stay Night, also celebrating its 20th anniversary. And dude, after reading Fate Stay Night, it is my game of the year. I don't care that the game's 20 years old. I read it for the first time this year. The remastered version is technically a new game in 2024. Nothing's topping that for me this year. Incredible. Stay tuned for my review of that. I think I have it scheduled for next week, but let's back to the topic at hand. So the Japanese release 2015. 2 years later in 2017, we saw the English release, the North American release of Fate Grand Order, and it is still ongoing. It still gets story updates. The story arc continues. There's events, things like that, and obviously the Japanese version gets it first, and then a couple months pass and the English version gets the update as well. So, as someone who got into Fate Grand Order, I want to say in either April or May, I have been playing it every day since then. Whether it's, 15 minutes for the 3 daily missions or 2 hours of story segments, I have played it every day, and I have really enjoyed the game. However, you can only play it on your phone or your tablet. In my case, I've been playing it on a tablet because it's a bigger screen than playing it on the phone. And I'm just confused as to why there's no console port of it. Because you look at other gacha games, an example of a gacha game I played relatively recently is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And that's a game I would play on my tablet as well as my PS4. It's the same account, you just carry over, you play it on the big screen. The PS4 version had trophies even. So why doesn't Fate Grand Order have that? And even still, something else that I was thinking about was just, what if when the entire story of Fate Grand Order wraps up, what if they just make a console version of it? It doesn't have to be like the gacha game port, like other gacha games do. Another example, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, there's the new one, Zenless Zone Zero, where you can play them on your phone or tablet, and also the PS4, PS5, maybe even the Switch and Xbox as well. But what I'm saying is when Fate Grand Order's story eventually wraps up, because it's inevitable, you see this time and time again where gacha games, they just close. They shut it down, and there's no way to go back to it. Fate Grand Order has such an excellent story that it shouldn't be lost on a gacha game forever. Why not create the console version of the game when the story's finished and put it on console so people can have the story forever? Because as it stands right now, Fate Grand Order has a few anime adaptations, but not the entire story. So as far as the story goes, and I'm still on the first story arc, there's a couple of story arcs. There's Fate Grand Order Observer on Timeless Temple, that's the one I'm currently in the 7th Singularity, Absolute Demonic Front, Babylonia, before the final singularity. So I'm almost done with the first part. But after that, there's Fate Grand Order Epic of Remnant, and then Fate Grand Order Cosmos in the Lost Belt, and then finally what's ongoing right now, I believe, Operation Ordeal Call. So there's a lot of story there, man. And with the anime adaptations, like I was just trying to mention before, in the gacha game, there's so many different singularities. They have Singularity F, Fuyuki. Then you have Singularities 1 through 7. Then the final Singularity. However, with the anime adaptations, they adapted Singularity F, Fuyuki as a 90-minute movie, Fate Grand Order First Order, which I've seen, and I think it's actually a great movie, Cuckoo Lane Caster, it's fucking Kino. And, MASH Curiolite, oh my god, how can anyone hate MASH? I love MASH so much, she's moving up the charts of my waifu tier list, that's for sure. But, so they adapt the first story arc in Fuyuki, and then with the other anime adaptations, they skip over a lot of stuff. So, they skip over the next adaptation they did was actually the Seventh Singularity, Absolute Demonic Front, Babylonia, as an anime series, which is great. Another great adaptation. And then after that, they decided to adapt Singularity 6, Camelot, which they turned that into 2 movies. They had like some wacky ass names. It was, I think, Fate Grand Order, Divine Realm of the Round Table, Camelot, Wandering, and Paladin, or something like that. So they adapted, you know, the story arc of the 6th Singularity into 2 movies. And that being the case, because it wasn't a full, 24 episode anime series, they cut some things out. They cut some of the important, well, they're important, but, some of the more minor characters, which, they cut out of the movies, which is kind of sad. And then they adapted the final Singularity as a movie, which that movie's fucking awesome. That is the Avengers Endgame, but better in the Fate universe. And it's just disappointing as someone who's now played the game and experienced all the other Singularities. Like, the first one was fucking Jeanne d'Arc. And then when you get to the final Singularity and you see her again, it's like, there's Jeanne d'Arc. There she is. But, all the other characters you see, like Emperor Nero, Emperor Umu herself, and Francis Drake. And then you get to the 4th Singularity in London with Mordred, and it's so good, man. And it's kind of disappointing from my perspective to see people talk about it online, like myself, asking questions. How come these Singularities were the only ones adapted in the anime? What about the other ones? And they say, oh, it's boring until, those Singularities. Like, what are you talking about, dude? The 4th Singularity, London, seeing Emperor Nero and Jeanne d'Arc and all them, Francis Drake. That's not boring. What are you talking about? It adds to the character of MASH, what she goes through, and the master, Ritsuka Fujimura. And all this other stuff. So when you eventually see the other characters, which minor spoilers to the 5th Singularity, when you go to America and you go against Cuchulainn Alter, and then we team up with fucking Thomas Edison, and Nikola Tesla comes back and he teams up with his old pal Thomas Edison. It's like, what the fuck? It's so good. And to just one day see that maybe disappear, it being a gacha game, maybe it's going to have to shut down at some point. It can't run forever, right? I mean, what's the longest running gacha game anyway? This has to be near the top, almost 10 years now. And it just kind of makes me sad because I don't know if they're going to adapt all these different story arcs in the anime. It's kind of strange the order they did it anyway, with the, Fuyuki Singularity F being the first one, then Absolute Demonic Front Babylonia going back to the 6th, and then the final Singularity. So it's like, what are they going to go backwards, adapt America Singularity 5, then London, the 4th Singularity? They're just going to work in reverse? Why not make the console version? And I understand, it's such a long game having the multiple story arcs. So, okay, release Fate Grand Order 1, Observer on Timeless Temple, the first arc as one game. I'll buy 4 separate games. I don't care, man. Dude, I love it so much. And that's why I just wanted to make this video, because I'm still going through it. I'm currently playing the game in the 7th Singularity, so I'm getting close to the end. Once I eventually beat it, once I get, to the end of the final Singularity and start with the Cosmos and the Lost Belt and Epic of Remnant and all the other stories, I'm going to have to do a video, just my review of the first story arc. As I was playing through the game, I was debating how to do reviews, if I should do reviews of each Singularity or each arc, and I think at this point I decided each arc. But I just love it, man. And the music is so good, man. I'm going to have one of the songs playing in the background, obviously. But I think my favorite song in the whole OST is called Bonds. And it plays during all the sad scenes. And the scene that always stuck with me is when Mordred leaves. And is like, to think someone like me could actually save London. Thank you. It's like, oh my god, it's so good. I love it so much. So this is just coming from the soul, coming from the heart and soul here. Just asking and wondering why there isn't a console version of Fate Grand Order, dude. Like, it's a very popular series. I mean, look at all the different anime adaptations and all the different mangas, all the figurines, everything. But yeah, man, I really love the Fate series. I think I've seen pretty much every Fate anime adaptation. I started with the 2006 Studio Dean version of Fate Stay Night, then Fate Zero, then the Studio Dean version of Unlimited Blade Works, the UFO table version of Unlimited Blade Works, the Heavensfield trilogy of movies, Fate Apocrypha, Fate Extra Last Encore, obviously all the Fate Grand Order adaptations, the Fate Prototype OVA, dude, man. And they got Fate Prototype characters in Fate Grand Order, if you can believe it. They have Tsukihime characters in Fate Grand Order. What else, man? Lord Elmoy II's Case Files, Fate Strange Fake, at least the pilot episode, which I think, isn't that series finally continuing in November? I think I read that. Dude, that looks so good. And Fate Strange Fake is a series where you have to, like, know a lot about the Fate series to really appreciate what's going on in Fate Strange Fake. Absolutely. A little bit of Prisma Ilia, which, dude, Prisma Ilia is the litmus test to if you're a real or a fake Fate fan. Your opinion on that series tells me all I need to know. And I think that's where we'll end the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, what do you think they'll do if they'll ever make a Fate Grand Order console game? Because, you know, at the end of the day, what I was kind of talking about, when the series is eventually over, like the story's wrapped up, the gacha game's finished, whatever, like, they can do a console game just fine. Like, it doesn't have to even be the gacha game ported to the console, because what you rely on there is rolling for your gacha servants, obviously, and you can do away with that with the console game, because as you go through the story, you have you know, Ritsuka Fujimaru and MASH are always there, and then whatever story arc you're in, you get the other servants who ally with you, and they join the party. So that's how it can work. You don't have to rely on, you know, rolling for the 4- and 5-star servants or whatever, but, you know. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Peace out.
99.